Hello everyone and welcome back to Maximo. Last time we hung out on a pirate ship, just one, for a little bit. But this time pirate ships are going to be our best friend. Going to spend a lot of time getting acquainted with them. And that starts over here with this area of the hub world that we haven't explored yet. This pirate ship is stuck inside this wall of ice, and we have to come to the back, or rather the front part of the ship, in order to actually get access to the next level. Not before he grabs some more money, though. Welcome to Dead in the Water, which is a level I kind of like a whole lot, and I kind of don't like a whole lot. It's still fun, though. Over here, obviously, as soon as the level starts, we have to check behind us for secrets. Pretty soon we're going to have enough money that we won't have to worry about saving anymore at all. The opening area of this level is really cool, and I especially like this jump we're about to do. After I'm done getting beaten by the most basic enemy in the game, of course. Remember how I said you can use your second jump at any time after your first jump? That was satisfying. This level has a couple of those extra challenges that I think are pretty neat. There's one over here as well. We did skip a cave back there, but that cave just had a shield power-up that we already have, the Midas shield. So there was no reason to go there. We have to wait for this floating block of ice to make it close enough to the platform for us to jump. But of course, the bomb enemy doesn't have to wait to get close to us. Going toward the right of the platform seems to be the easiest way for me to avoid the bomb. And now we have 21 lives, which is a lot. Now if we could just convert those lives into coins or keys, we might get somewhere. Yeah, I could have avoided that. Should have done better. That pirate ship to our right is completely optional. But, I mean, when you see a pirate ship just hanging out in the open, why wouldn't you jump on it? Who knows what kind of treasure will be waiting for you? I mean, this is a video game, so there's limited kinds of treasure, but it's still probably something good. This ice sword we just got means that it's really easy to deal with these enemies, which you normally need to hit from behind, but with the ice sword you can just freeze them. Makes them a lot more vulnerable, way easier to deal with. And of course there's some armor here so we can be invincible again. But unfortunately there's not much use for our invincibility right here. We've got some more platforming to do before we get anywhere near more intimidating enemies. There's a single cannon up here that only fires in one specific spot. If you look at the cannon ahead of time, or notice it at all before you get close to it, very easy to avoid its fire. It's not the only time we'll be seeing cannons, though. Right up here is another extra area that is surprisingly easy to miss, in my experience. I wanted to show it off, but it doesn't lead to anything important, just another shield. To avoid getting ground slammed from a distance by the Yeti, we can use our projectile attack from our elemental sword. I'm sure we'll see the Yeti's special attack eventually, though. I like the cave systems in this world. It's almost, I think, the only world with cave systems, at least consistently. The Great Dank had a couple of cave-like areas, but nothing like this. Here's another invincibility power-up for us. It's very easy to miss. It's not like this cave is that brutal without it, but now it's just a piece of cake. The game probably seems very easy when we're on top of the world like this. But I think that's intentional because if we fall down and die even once, we lose almost everything. And we've got a lot of stuff. A lot of valuable stuff that we don't want gone. So now we're at the main part of the level, this ship floating in this frankly terrifying giant whirlpool. And of course we're going to want to jump on the ship. And you'll notice there are ledges all around the ship that we can access by jumping from the ship onto said ledges. But we do have to wait for the ship to slowly turn to each ledge. Of course, we could run from one side of the ship to the next to make it go quicker, but one of the sides of the ship is much harder to jump off of consistently, and you might die, so being patient and waiting forever is just a better option. In the center of the ship, we have a full shield refill, which is especially useful since we haven't picked up any shield power-ups in a while. We could have bought a shield earlier, but when there's a full shield refill on the ship, kind of a waste. We're not going to stop on every ledge to grab everything. We're only going to stop on the ledges we need to progress, otherwise this video would take forever. And I'm still going to edit out the waiting. We need the key that's inside this locked door. Thankfully, we still have a lot of our own keys. Otherwise, we would have to drop on a different ledge to grab one. Our keys are not infinite, though. They might have been infinite if we could carry more than 9 of them, but we can't. So we really need to be careful. 6 may seem like a lot of keys, but pretty soon that'll be 5, and 5 is not a big number at all. Now we're heading forward and we can leave that ship behind us. That ship is the main reason I'm a bit iffy about this level, but it does make the level a lot more memorable. So it's not all bad. Up ahead is one of the hardest... Wait, am I thinking of the right section? I think so. Yeah, this is the right one. Up here is one of the hardest combat sections in the entire game, but we can use our invincibility to power through it. Now, unfortunately, in order to get said invincibility, we do have to spend 2 of our keys. But it's better than actually dying and losing all of our abilities, which is a very real concern with this upcoming fight. Because more enemies keep spawning around you, and a lot of them are Yetis. It's very difficult to deal with everything coming at you. Not impossible. But, you know, there's a reason that armor's there. It's so that way we don't have to deal with this shit. I think that was a good use of our hard-earned keys. Not much else to do here except exit the level. That was fun.